All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Welcome, 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 everybody. We are live. Our topic today is the violent days of America. Why is this? And we're going to go over a few things. We're going to continue also with what we talked about last week, which was the black school shooter. We're going to go some more, look into his manifesto and see some things that we can pull out. I want to recognize our audience members that are already here in the chat. Peace and blessings, Sheila Neal. We're glad to see you. Peace and blessings, Twin. We glad to see you, big bro. Where you been? Earthman, peace and blessings. We're glad to see you here. All right. So one of the first questions that I want to open up with for Sister Cassie and Brother Isaiah, a question that came in wanted to know, what is a nigger? What is a nigger? Sister Cassie, what say you?
I know, ask me that, Isaiah. Thank you. Forward. What is a nigga? What is that? I gotta ask Google that. Let me ask Google real quick. What is a nigga? I don't know. What is a nigga? A nigga to me, it's a person that just don't care, just trifling, just don't care, just a person is just all the way out there on the other side, just a person that just don't give a shit about nothing and nobody. Just, and that could be black or white, because you got white niggas, okay? So I don't think it's really a color per se. I think it's a trifling person. Some people say you trifling ass nigga. You're right. That's what I go by. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I never thought about that. I don't even know what to say to that. What do you think it is? I don't know. I said, what is a nigga? I don't even know. You've been called, you be called so much, and you be like, well, how does that relate to me? So I don't know. I'm gonna listen to you guys' answers.
Brother Isaiah, what say you? What is a nigga?
Yeah, I apologize. I was tripping, man. I was somewhere else. I don't know what's going on with my brain, but it just went to the moon. Now I'm back. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think we did this. We covered this before. A nigga is a low down, dirty motherfucker, and that's white folks, man. Their scientific name is troglodyte Niger or nigger, so they the niggas, and they finding that out. They how do you say it? Fucked around and finding out. FAFO. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and they the real niggas. You know what I mean? They're the real black people. They're the real, they're stinking and dirty. I'll throw it back at
you. And I want to welcome Mayat to the program. Peace and blessings, Queen. We're glad that you're here with us as well. That's a really good question. What is a nigger? To me, a nigger is a trifling person. A nigger is a person who is lazy, shiftless, that do all manner of vile and evil. A nigger can be white or black or Asian. Because if I see you behaving as a nigger, I'm going to call you a nigger. It's just that simple to me. But it is something that was not made naturally. A nigger is not made naturally. A nigger is made by white folks. Now, when you come into contact with white folks, your original nature, I don't care where you are, but your original nature changes, because there's something in them that you see that makes you want to be like them. And once you take on that process of becoming like them, you start the nigger process. So that's my definition of a nigger. And it's something that we as Black people, we got to come up out of, because we were bred into this. And again, as we say, being a nigger is not natural. You're made into this. And so when we had the unfortunate meeting with them and took us away from who and what we were, and when we got here and our parents were murdered off and were killed off, and then this produced an offspring without knowledge of self, without knowledge of where we actually came from and what we actually were doing. And so we took on a way of being that it would please our enemies. And again, this is a nigger. A nigger is something that our enemies made, not created, but made. Sister Cassie? Oh, and I want to welcome Nicole Smith to the program. Peace and blessings. Sister Nicole, we're glad that you're here as well.
Welcome, welcome. You know what? I had to look it up, right? And it was really hard to even get a meaning to it. And it really talks about a negative slur, and it's a racial slur directed at Black people. It started in the 90s. Reference to nigger has been increasingly replaced by it just really didn't even go into details, but it's just something that, it's a word, a made up word. That's really what it is. It's a word that they came up with. And it's, for them, it's the nastiest and the most, the dirtiest word that they can actually call somebody, for in their sights. What I'm saying? It's not even a real word, because it was so hard. Like I said, it was so hard for me to even come across it. The definition of it really don't even give you a definition. There's no definition for it, So my thing is this, whatever they say, who cares? You can't even, they don't even exist to me. Seriously. So whatever they say, it doesn't even matter, because people nothings can't produce something. You know what I'm saying? So when they say something, you already know the nothings are talking. So it doesn't even register, because they don't register to me. So it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they call you, because every time they call you something, they're talking about themselves. They literally see us in the way that they see us, and they portray how they see us onto what's going on with them. They portray it onto us. So, it's not even a word. You can't even come up with anything in the dictionary to really go into details with it. So,
and Nicole Smith said, instead of saying Negro, I don't even know if Negro is a word that was associated with Black people.
And Negro was. It was biblically, that's when Negroes were what we were called in the beginning, way back in the day. That's what we were called back in the biblical days. They called us Negroes. If you looked it up in the Zanderman Bible, it is in there, and that's what Black Israelites, Hebrews, were called Negroes way back in the day. So they switched it up, and now they take Negro and put Negro. You know what I'm saying? So they switch it up and want to make it something negative. But Negroes was actually what we were called in the beginning. Remember when we first came here? That's what they called us.
But and my thing is, and she also says, project what they are onto us, and I agree, that's what they do. But I'm not 100% sure that Negro is how we define ourselves. I'm not sure about that. I believe that was a name that was assigned to us. I don't believe that was what we called ourselves in the beginning. I don't believe we called ourselves Negro. I believe that was something that was placed on us. And it's really interesting, because as we sit here in 2025 trying to really understand the words, where it came from and how it was attached to us. It takes a lot of thought and energy, because others don't have to do what we have to do. They know their history, they know where they came from, they know all of these type of things, but yet we don't know. And while we don't know 1000% that we can put our hands on it, we have an idea. But yet the whole world takes their lead from us. They take their lead from us. And so I relate that part back to, this is why we are the Creator's nation. Because even though we've been through everything that we've been through, we still remain. You know, when you look at the Indians, they tried to make the Indians out of slaves and they were dying off and they couldn't make it. We went through the Middle Passage, got here, been through some tremendous maltreatment, and we're still here. No matter how they tried to kill us off, you know, gas us off, we're still here. And so I want you all to take a look at yourselves and know that you are the Creator's nation. It ain't them. They wish it was them, but it ain't them. It is us. We have withstood the time. We have withstood through the most treacherous, devious, low down mistreatment that was ever done to anybody. And we're still here. And we're still here. And America wouldn't even be America if it was not for us. And we need to take a moment just to think about that. Because as we're moving forward, we got to make decisions on how are we going to be, how do we conduct ourselves? Because as we talked about since this became the so-called new year, that this would be a very, very dangerous year. So not only did we have the fires, the cold temperatures, the 2 terrorist attacks, the school shooting, the 2 planes crashing, over DC here in Philly, the 38 mass shootings since the 1st of January. This year with violence has been very, very busy. We just had 2 more, one airplane in Houston, as it was taken off, the wing caught on fire. Another airplane, I forget where this one was, they crashed and hit the tow vehicle that pulls the train. They crashed into that today. So there's so much going on at the same damn time. I don't recall of another year opening up like this year. I don't recall it. This year will be a difference maker, and it will be violent. Sister Cassie, what's your thoughts?
You know what? I kind of want us to talk about that Negro or just a little bit more, because I want y'all to understand the greatness about that word, because that word was the original of what they call the Sahara Desert, Negro land. It was really a word that was on the maps way back in the day when it was saying Negro land. And then the Portuguese and, came over, and the Spanish and the Portuguese, when they came and got us. And then they said that was where they got us from, though. That's where the word originated from, Negroes. You know what I'm saying? But so it's not all bad when you talk about the Negro land, which was the word. It was a spot in Africa where they went to get the Hebrews. Okay, so it's not all bad when you look at it. It's just the way you look at it and the way they look at it. And of course, we're gonna look at it different. But yes, even with all of what's going on, even now, this year has started off with in a bang. I've never seen a year like this. So this to me is speaking volumes as far as where we are in time and how everything in America is fighting right now to survive. And I want Black people to wake up and understand that these people are meaning business. Okay. You have to mean business also, and know that when things start happening, we got to pay attention to that and stop being so distracted by all the football games and and all this other stuff that's getting ready to, they're gonna dangle something over here, but you got stuff that's right in your face that said, hey, look at me, because I'm showing you the signs of the times. I'm showing you what's getting ready to happen. We have to be more aware of that and see stuff that's right there in your face. And when they start dangling over here, you have to keep your attention what's right in your face and understand that when you see stuff like that, what are you to do with what you're seeing? Are we to ignore it? No. You're to prepare to understand that this is happening for a reason and do more homework to understand why is it happening, not just listening to the news here in America, but grasp other news that you're not hearing, because America's not going to tell you everything. You got to go to overseas news to hear what's really going on in this area. Pay attention to it, and you have to start planning accordingly, because you can see the ship sinking, and you can sit there and just sit there in the ship. What's your plans once you see the ship sinking? What's your plan? You got to come up with something. You can't just see the ship sinking and just sit there and go. You can go down with the ship, but I'm not. I'm just saying you got to plan out some things. Okay, what does that mean? You see in the fights, you see in the shootings, you see in everything. This is chaos. It's chaos, but it's meant to do that for a reason. But it's meant to get your attention to help you to understand. Okay, you need to be doing something. What's your plans? And I'll rest with that.
All right. Thank you, Sister Cass. I want to welcome Earth Angel 1105 Remix to the program. Peace and blessings, Queen. We are glad you are here. I want to welcome Brother Emil to the program. Peace and blessings, Brother Emil. We are glad you are here. I want to go to a question Nicole Smith asked. She says, please excuse my ignorance. Do you think the plane issue, so we will stop flying? My thoughts on that. First of all, we're all here to learn, and we're learning from each other each and every time that we're together. So you never have to worry about that. We're family trying to learn it too. I don't think it's something to stop us from flying that they're trying to do. I don't see it that way. I see these things that are happening as definitely real. Mm-hmm. And we need to pay very close attention to what's going on and how things are going on. And I know when I went we went to California for Jamila's graduation, and I'm sitting there about to board the plane, and I'm thinking like, well, what plane number is this? And was this one made here or what? Because the doors was falling off the planes and stuff, so I want to make sure that this one ain't the one that they've been talking about.
You can't think like that. You can't think like that, though. My thing is, when we see these planes, because I'm getting ready to do some flying, right? And I'm like, God, the plane that I choose and you choose for me is the plane that's going to stay up there, okay? I can't think about this because I got some things in the works that I'm going to be flying to, okay? So I have to know that the plane that he is allowing me to choose is the plane that he put there for me to choose, and that plane going to stay up in the air. That's how I have to look at it. I can't do that right there. I can't do that. And you get ready to get on a plane and you thinking about, no, sir, I cannot. You got to watch your words, no, man. No. Heck no. I'm like, whatever plane you put me on is a plane I'm supposed to be on, and that plane going to stay up there, okay? Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you what, there's been a lot of prophecies going on. And if you guys do the prophecy thing, I look at the prophecies there and have one lady I listen to, and she even talked about the planes falling out the air. She talked about this. And this is I don't know if you guys watch her announcer called the Master's Voice, and some of her stuff has been coming true. And she talked about this probably oh God, maybe 4 years ago, and it's coming past right now. So, and some stuff, some when you hear prophecy, sometimes like Jeremiah, some of his stuff is coming true today. So a lot of people look at Jeremiah's prophecies, even if you read the Bible or don't, it's your choice, but I do. But I'm just saying a lot of his prophecies didn't come to pass when he was living, but it's coming to pass even now today. So we got to look at those prophecies, and I really do look at those, and I watch and I see the ones that's coming to pass, because you're not going to get it right all the time. But the ones with the plane dropping out the sky and the crashing, that has been prophesied. So yeah,
definitely. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad even talked about that. That there will be planes dropping out of the sky.
Dropping out of the sky, yep.
So yeah, that thing is real. I know the minister said you better pray your flight is not in winter.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful. We got to watch. We got to think. We got to be reassured, as Sister Cassie was saying. I want to go take another question.
Well, hold on. Let's look at Earth Range. Thank you for getting my book. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Enjoy it.
Are we the real tribe of Judah?
Absolutely.
Are we the real tribe of Judah? We're definitely God's people. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about that. When you look in the Old Testament of the Bible, we are the only ones that fit that prophecy.
That's right. Read Deuteronomy 28. That tells you right there. That whole book of Deuteronomy 28, read it. The first 15 chapters tell you if you had obeyed, what would have happened? We'd have had it good. But since we didn't, from 15 on to 68, tells you who you are. You're going to, just read it and ask. You got to get your eyes open first, because a lot of people, eyes are still asleep. Revelation's not there. And you guys really got to want truth. You want truth, you get it. But yes, we are the chosen. Yes. Why do you think stuff happens to us the way it happens? You read Deuteronomy 28, it'll tell you why. If you do this, you're going to get this. If you don't, you're going to get this. And we getting the if you don't because we didn't. And we still doing some crazy stuff even now. So yeah. Definitely. That book ain't talking about nobody but us. We some hard-headed folk. I don't care what nobody says.
Exactly. Brother Isaiah, did you want to comment on that?
Yeah, how would I sum that up? Fuck all white folks, that's what I want to say. Because they lies, can connive, steal, maim, blame, and complain. Sister teacher. And that's one of the things that you got to be realized in your mind, heart, and soul, that you are living in a matrix of lies and deceit. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. And really, you don't have to go off to choose a noise. My kids, you've got friends and stuff over. But in reality, the Palestinians know. The imam on some of the most important ones in the Palestine area or the Middle East tell you that the Jews, the original Jews, have always been dark-skinned. That's not something that's a secret. Gamal Nasser, the ex-president of Egypt, openly admitted that, the Jews left here black and came back white. We cannot accept you. These people are not Jews. They're not Israelite. They're not Hebrew. And you look at Hebrew, the word means one who has crossed over. And it's more than a religion. And this is how you know that white folks are not the real Jews. They're looking at it like it's a religion. It is a spiritual system that connects you to the universe. I am that I am is a real name that you have, not whatever name you may be. And that once you get connected back to our ancestors, you become to know who your ancestors are all around the globe. You feel me? And so the land and the earth and the universe is all ours. And we are nothing less than a whole lot more than the black universe filtered down in human form. That is our connection. That is our power. And once we awaken the spiritual nature of our people, which is what white folks fear the most, it's over and done with. And when you look at the deeper meaning behind the spiritual philosophy of Judaism, which is not a religion, again, it is a philosophy, it is a spiritual system. You get into the Kabbalah. And the most famous book that was on Oprah was about, it's called The Secret. That's not a secret to us. When you connect to our ancestors and you learn your history and you learn the past so you can understand the present and predict the future, and most importantly, the secret to the secret is really not a secret. When your mind and your mouth and your actions are all the same, negative or positive, you're going to change the outward world. Excuse me, the outward world in which you live. But it all must be on the same vibe, the same frequency, and connecting yourself with other people who are of the like similar mind, like I do every Sunday with Brother Maurice and Sister Kath and everybody else. Because you never know what word we will say that will change the world. The power is in the tongue, but for us, that's God. But for us, the last step, the last, how you put it, the last, yeah, I'm going to use that, the last step within the process of materializing your thoughts and your words into reality is through action. Nothing happens without, in reality, without anybody doing anything. You have to get up and off your fucking ass and get busy. Where you want to be a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, where you want to be the greatest father on earth, the greatest mother on earth, the parents on earth, or build a building, or even a sandwich, like I was talking about last week. You know, you manifest things into existence all the time. Hold on. You know, if I want to get up and make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that's my thought, that's my speech, and my actions. Now I got to get my ass up off the chair, which I've been banned in the bedroom now because I'm up here. But um, the thing is that, you know, to make that reality, I need a jar of peanut butter and a jar of jelly, a knife, and a slice of bread or two slices of bread, and I'm done. So not only do you have to have the ingredients to get started, even if you don't, you have to probably make it um, for yourself from scratch. But the idea is that once we combine our effort together, it multiplies. And this is how and why that unity is so important. You know, it makes me, it takes longer for me to do it as an individual. Now, I can make a sandwich, but if as a community with my brother Marie, if we come together and unify our thoughts, speech, and work and action, everything began to flourish. And now we're beginning to see the reactions of that with cryptocurrency and the flare and XRP and this world change, and we quantify and qualify total. I'm sorry, we qualify all of that data and put it onto the show, and whoever listens to it will make money. You know, this world is changing, so you know, I don't want to go too far. I'm not going off the topic or digress, but the idea is the same. You have to use three elements to make it. There's only three ways to make money: through investment, through starting a business, or through investing in stocks, buying commodity future. That's it. There's no other fucking way to do it. So once you know the outer perimeter of your ability and what you need as far as making it a reality, now you are set. And now all you have to do is just make it happen. Don't, don't stop moving. And that's the beautiful part about our people. Everything that we touch turned to fucking gold. But it turned to fool's gold when we stop and we start to listen to these nasty, disgusting white folk who don't want you to have shit because they ain't got shit. They started 500 fucking years ago and still whining a bitch in the morning about what they ain't got. Can you imagine black folks with 50 fucking years? Are you fucking kidding me? White folks are dumb. They ain't got shit. They don't know shit. We civilized these bitches 3 times. But I'm kind of digressing. But I want to make sure that when I'm on the show and I'm speaking, that I'm integrating all of my thoughts into a palpable amount of common sense. That's all you need. Just plain old fucking common. You don't need to be no goddamn rocket science. It's really easy. I'll throw it back at you.
All right, thank you, brother Isaiah. And now I want to look at the introverted teacher. What about the sites like Africa Diaspora here on YouTube? Are they good? Are they true to the news? I do check them out every now and then if it pops up in my feed, and if it's something worth my time of looking at, I'll look at it. One thing is that you got to be very careful about what you intake, because some people, when you're listening to them, everybody has a view. Everybody has a lens that they look out and see the world through, right? So on here, our lens is Black first. So when I'm looking at anything, I'm looking at it through that lens. And so the Africa Diaspora channel may not necessarily use that lens on everything, or their interpretation of an event may be slightly different than our interpretation of that same event. It doesn't mean that the news that they're reporting is not true. It just means that's the view that they're looking at it, right? And so I think that's with all that comes on YouTube. Everybody applies their view to it, and how you use that view and to help educate your audience, depends upon that view that you're going to use. But over here, we're Black first. And if I am watching something that I disagree with, I'll go ahead and I'll jot it down in the comment section and hope that they will look at it. And then, have a dialogue or make adjustments. If it's something that's serious enough, then I'll send them an email or do a video. But, so you got Lisa Cabrera. That's another great program. I know that sister, and she's really good to listen to. Sister Cassie, your thoughts?
Yeah, I listen to Phil a lot. I also listen to Vicky Diller. I like a lot of them. I listen to Professor Truth. I listen to Lisa. I listen to also. There's an Indian channel. There's a lot of African channels that tell you what's happening over there. I listen to this one Indian channel. I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it. I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't. But sometimes it'll come up, and it does have some pretty interesting insight. So you can listen to, whatever you feel comfortable, but I always understand also that everybody is on different levels. So, you take it with a grain of salt, just like I was listening to Nat Master Voice, and a couple of things she got right. But I don't think when you listen to prophecies, sometimes just like us being people, we think we hear God, right? We think we hear what he's saying and we miss it. Okay. Not knowing what she meant as far as the Trump thing. So I can't speak on that. But that didn't come to pass. But the planes falling out the sky is. So she heard right. So I'm not saying we don't really know the mind of God, right? So we can only get it as far as where we are. Sometimes he's trying to elevate you. You can elevate, but you have to you have to wait and see if it's true. You see it come to pass. It comes to pass. And sometimes people say stuff that may not come to pass today. You may be dead and gone, and then it may come to pass. Just like Jeremiah, Nehemiah, they spoke for that time, but even some of the stuff that Jeremiah spoke didn't come true when he spoke it back in the day. It's coming true now. So a lot of his prophecies, they say, he was a false prophet, but he wasn't, because it's still coming true today. So I would never put my mouth on a prophet, never put my mouth on anybody. If they say they heard. I wasn't there. I don't know. I would never say she didn't, because I don't know, but I know some of the stuff that we're seeing now. She said 4 years ago, it's happening today. And I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, we just have to understand their mindset, your mindset. Everybody thinks different, and we're going to see it a different way. But we can at least, listen to what they have to say and then go from there. And that's what I do. I listen to what they have to say, back up, and let it come to pass. Or if it's not coming to pass, but if a lot of people are talking about it, then I'm gonna pay attention to it to say, okay, hold on, is something going on here? What am I missing? So you just have to judge for yourself.
Perfect. And I want to welcome Brother Donald to the program. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Donald. And Brother Mill, welcome to the program. Peace and blessings. And let's see. Emil says Phil Scott, who runs the African Diaspora News Channel, used to be called The Vi Show. Exactly. It says, isn't his wife a white woman? Yeah, his wife is a white woman. He did get exposed about that a few years ago. That's true. Cassie.
Well, I was just answering her question. Sometimes we don't, and I kind of mentioned it here. Sometimes we think we know, we think, just like today, you can think you hear God saying blah, 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 and it may not be, it may be you. So a lot of times we say we know his voice, but do we really? You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
So I know what she said, but, who knows if she heard it. Sometimes you'll think it's one way, but it could mean something totally different. But because your mindset is here and his is here, you really, you're going to get it wrong every time because you're not where he is. So
exactly. And I think something in the script, and I want to welcome Brother Willie Rivers to the program. Hey, peace and blessings, Brother Willie. Another thing, it says that if a person says that God told them this, and if it did not come to pass, then God didn't tell them that. But if they say, A, B, C, and D, and it did come to pass, then okay, yeah, maybe they got
sometimes stuff don't come to pass right when we think it should, and it'll come to pass. You may not even be alive when it come to pass. Just like Jeremiah, they probably, Nehemiah and Jeremiah, they were saying, "Oh my God, they were false prophets," but we come to find out they're not because their stuff has come to pass. But sometimes you're dead and gone, and it comes to pass. So were they really wrong? No, because it's come to pass now. So I don't look for a prophecy to come to pass today. We can't look for prophecy. That's not how prophecy works. It don't come to pass today. It may come to pass 10 years down the line, or it may come to pass 20 years down the line. Does it mean that it's not true? No, you just have to wait and see if it comes to pass. And you may not even be alive when it comes to pass. Does that still mean that person lied? No, because it came to pass 100 years later. So just depending on when they see it and when did God really say it's gonna happen? We really can't put a time to it. So I just, somebody said it. Okay. Who am I to say that God didn't tell them? Who are we to say that God didn't speak to her? Ooh, hey, whatever. You said, okay, whatever. I don't know for sure, but when we look and see it, there it is. Cool beans.
And welcome William Bell to the program. Peace and blessings, Brother William. We're glad you're here. This point that she says, are they trying to destroy the Department of Education simultaneously with the mass deportation to put Blacks back in the fields and or hard labor? Well, this is my view on it. The Department of Education has already been destroyed. Yeah. Our children ain't being educated.
Yeah,
it's already gone. Now, as far as the deportations, that ain't got nothing to do with us. That's not our issue.
Get that $1,000.
But didn't Trump say something about the FBAs? Didn't he say something about that was for slave, the descendants of slaves? Didn't he say that? As far as that amendment, the 14th Amendment was just for slaves. And so
it's just for us. No, just like I was trying to, just like we talked about on this show years ago and over the years. Fuck the one written in 1965. Y'all done got tricked, bamboozled by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and all them other niggas. That I didn't say this shit, so don't take it out on me. Malcolm X said these niggas are not. They were. I'm gonna make sure I get this right. White folks put these niggas as your leader. Malcolm X was our leader, truly. Elijah Muhammad was our leader, truly. And every boot on the fucking ground before 1954 and the civil rights movement crushed our progress. We were doing fine. We had our own schools, hospitals, you name it, businesses, shopping amongst ourselves. Then here we go. It never failed that a nigga will always fuck shit up just to get that butter biscuit off the goddamn table. Fuck the carcass and dead body of Martin Luther King Jr. and all them motherfuckers. I give no fucks about them. They were the worst pieces of shit to us that stopped our progress. No, the executive order written by Lyndon Baines Johnson didn't mean shit. It was the Indian Civil Rights Act. Had nothing to do with you. The one that had everything to do with you, that is the shotgun in the face of white supremacy and white superiority, that they think they are superior or supreme, is the 1865 one that gave us the right to vote, citizenship, or the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. You feel me? So no, we are now facing, and we should be using, should have been fucking using this shit since it was written. 1865 Civil Rights Act stopped all this bullshit. The Department of Justice was established to help us by the black president, Ulysses S. fucking Grant. Believe me or not, if you don't want to believe that shit, that's on you. But I know my fucking history. I'm not going to be on here talking shit about what the fuck I don't know. We must use every ounce, every movement, every law that is explicably written for us, and that is within the 1865-66 Civil Rights Act. A black and white couple used it. They said, fuck the 1965 one. We're going to go back and we're going to use the 1865 one because they wanted to buy a home in a white community. Guess what? Guess which one they used? The 1865 one. And they fucking won, dumb niggas. They fucking won. Stop fucking around with these goddamn bullshit niggas like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all these motherfuckers. Because they lead you down the wrong fucking road. Use your brain. That's why you gotta read. Because, niggas don't read. Y'all prefer to, go from Skippy to Scrappy. Kumbaya. Oh, I see ya. White folk. Oh, help me. Oh, Lord Jesus. We're gonna lose our rights. Oh, we gotta do it every 20. What? You gotta do it every 20 years. Get the fuck out of here. This is the weakest. I just don't know what it would take for you niggas just to wake the fuck up. You got all the fucking shit you need to get it done. Get the fuck busy and stop fucking around and stop bullshitting. The 1865 Civil Rights Act covers everything, and the Dred Scott decision don't mean a motherfucking thing. That was some bullshit they came up with. Why? Because they had the power to trick your ass, just like the Wizard of Oz, blowing smoke up everybody's ass. See what I'm saying? I'll throw it back.
All right. Thank you, Brother Isaiah. I want to go ahead to Maya. She says, biblical prophecy originates from multiple prophets and priests. Jeremiah was not a real person. The name was assigned to the book of, what is that? Book of Completions of Prophecy. Okay. I don't know too much about that book.
Well, I think everybody is entitled to their beliefs. Okay. If it was real for me, then that's me. I'm talking personally. If you said it's not for you, then that's okay. But we're not going to sit up here and try to convince nobody that what they believe didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You can, I believe in the Bible. If you don't, that's on you. And whoever else in the audience, if you read the Bible, you see it's happening today. So that's just ludicrous to me to even say, "Oh, I don't believe in the Bible," because you can't throw the the baby out with the bathwater. And that's what sometimes we do. And I've been a Christian all my life also, but now I'm not, okay, because I learned different. But I'm not going to be angry because of what was taught, because that was taught on purpose. And I'm not going to sit up here and say what somebody else believes is not true. That's true for them. If you don't believe it, then that's okay on you, and that's okay. And you have to work with that. Okay? But as far as what's over here, I'm gonna stand on my beliefs, and you stand on yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's just nobody really knows. Okay, and I'm gonna just end it with this: nobody really knows. We can say what we believe, but where did you get your information from? Who did you get your information from? Where did it all come from? Where did any of this come from? So it's going to be that way until the end, until we meet him face to face, and then we'll get the truth that way. But right now, you got 5 different Israelites that believe 5 different ways, but what's truth? Nobody really knows, right? It's according to your beliefs and what you want to be true for you. What works for you. What's worked for me is what I got to continue believing in. And it might not have worked for you. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of us Black folk grew up in church, and we're so angry with the church right now because we were taught one way, but it's something totally different. And once you do your research, you begin. I'm not going to go so far to the left to where now I'm working in the darkness of it. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not doing that. I'm going to stay right here and continue keeping my spirit open so that I can learn what I need to learn in order to be the person that he created me to do. And if it works for you to go into the spirituality of it, that doesn't work for me, because my beliefs of spirituality is more demonic than and I'm just saying that's for me. And see, and I don't like to go there, because if that's the way you believe, then that's the way you believe. God bless you. You can believe whatever you want to, but I'm not going to sit up here and be trying to tell somebody about what they believe is not that's what they believe for them. You understand what I'm saying? So, I think we have to be very careful. Even, we don't, if that's not your belief, okay. And I rest my
Let me throw.
Oh, hold on, Isaiah. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Maya saying that's not what she meant. So she's saying that's not what she meant, Sister Cass.
Yeah, that's cool. And God bless, I'm not, and it's okay. That's the way I took it. But, and totally, I believe you believe whatever you want to believe. And if that's what's keeping you sane for this country, because we got to believe some crazy stuff right now for this country to, for us to keep our hats on right. Okay. Because it's a whole lot of stuff that's going on. And, you got spirituality, you got the African stuff, you got this, that, and the other. And I'm like, what do you believe? Where did it all come from? Where did the spirituality come from? Where did this come from? Where did Christianity come from? Why does any of it exist? For what reason? You know what I'm saying? So I look at all of that. First I was a Christian for so many years. Then I started studying the Israelites, the Hebrew stuff. Okay, so I'm liking what I'm reading. And I'm not even saying that's true. I'm still researching to understand where do I stand with all of it. You know what I'm saying? Once you grew up in the church for so long, and Muhammad, you grew up in, one way Muslim, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about what you believe, what works for you right now in this crazy country. What do I need right here to help me to be sane until I can get up out of here? Because my thing is, I'm not retiring in America. I'm out in November. I keep saying that, and I do mean that. But I'm not, as far as, and I see a lot of people, Black folk, are very angry with the church because they was taught something by grandma and they really believed it. But even me, for myself, I saw it wasn't working growing up. I said, who is this Bible? I read the Bible. I said, who is this Bible really talking to? It wasn't talking to white folk. I saw a lot of Black people in there, and that began. Then a girlfriend of mine had the Black Bible, so I began to read that. So that helped me also. And I know it was tampered with. I understand that, but sometimes you try to throw out the baby in the bathwater. You can't do that. I have to hold on to something for me for where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? So it may not work for you, and that's okay. No harm, no foul, no certain feelings. We're gonna all feel what we feel, and it's okay. You're entitled to that. Love you.
Okay, can I step in right quick?
Go ahead, right quick, not long.
Well, if I'm wrong, Sister Ma, correct me. But I think she knows, and a lot of people perhaps don't know, or whatever the case may be, that Gilgamesh, of which all future of that time dependent upon, never existed. You know what I mean? And the fact that we can all trace our lineage back to Africa and what that means and how it means and why it means, and all of the so-called prophets, which were women who were called sibyls. They were able. Our civilization could not operate without these sibyls. The women were the prophets and the foreseers of everything that had gone on and would go on and will happen in regard to those kings and or queens that ran the kingdom at that time. So I might be on point. I might be a little bit off, but I think I'm still on the target, Sister Maud. I hope. Okay, so I'll throw it back at you.
All right. So I want to go ahead to our first video and a brother on Facebook sent me this, and I was shocked looking at it, but I think it's real appropriate for where we're heading. So I'm gonna go ahead and share.
Spat upon, hit in the head with clubs, stone, ugly words thrown at you, and keep your dignity and remain nonviolent. I was one of those people who said that if anyone ever did that to me, I'd stab them in the eye. I'd hit them in the head with a brick. That's because I was frightened. I was too frightened to go down to Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. I was too scared to sit in the church at night and plan meetings. I was too frightened to be a part of that. But if it wasn't for you people who were down there and did that, believe me, I know in my heart that I wouldn't be here today. Sit there and take abuse and be spat upon, hit in the head with clubs, stone, ugly words thrown at you, and keep your dignity and remain nonviolent. I was one of those people who said that if anyone ever did that to me, I'd stab them in the eye. I'd hit them in the head with a brick. That's because I was frightened. I was too frightened to go down to Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. I was too scared to sit in the church at night and plan meetings. I was too frightened to be a part of that. But if it wasn't for you people who were down there and did that, believe me, I know in my heart that I wouldn't be here today.
All right, so that was our brother Richard Pryor expressing his heartfelt moments for the civil rights group, the civil rights era. Sister Cassie, he said he wouldn't have been able to keep his dignity, that they kept their dignity. Where is the dignity in getting spit on?
I don't know what the hell he talking about. I'm gonna tell you what. Let me say one thing, please help me. I'm not trying to offend nobody, okay? But I'm gonna tell you about that MLK. I believe that he was a coon. I believe that he was a boule. I believe that he did what he did on purpose to put us in the position that we're in today, and that's why he died. And I am not trying to offend anybody, because I know Black folk love MLK, but I believe that if he had left us where we were, that we wouldn't be in a position we are today. God, our ancestors created a space for us, right? Because they knew that it was going to take those crackers forever to get their shit together, to even accept us, and they still don't, right? So our ancestors created a space over here and said, okay, I got your land, I got your hospitals, I got your home, I got you everything you need right here. Stay here. What do? We slapped the hell out of them. We turned our backs and went back over there, and that's why our ancestors is at the bottom today, because we wasn't supposed to come back up under them. We went back to Egypt after we were freed. Our ancestors freed us, and we took our asses right back and got back up under them. That's why we're at the bottom even till today. So that's what I'm gonna say to that. I don't believe that we need them to make us feel nothing. I don't believe in that. I believe that we can build our own tables. I believe even right now today, we can, with this DEI shit, right? Good. Thank you, Trump. I appreciate you. I love him because of what he's done and what he's doing for Black people. I appreciate him for helping us to bring our stuff together so that we can separate from them. If this is what it's going to take for Black people to separate, then thank God for Trump. Thank you for the DEI. Thank you. But even though DEI didn't do anything for Black people, I thank you what he's doing. So now Black folk can build your own tables. Separate from them demons and devils. Educate your own children, okay? Because DEI didn't work for us. Civil rights bill didn't work for us. If they give you a hate crime, it's not going to work for you, because everything they come up with Black folk, they don't use it for Black people. They use it for everybody else and say, oh, this is for Black folk, but don't ever use it for Black people. So now, build your own shit. Get your table, build it. When them bastards come, tell me, oh, I want you to, I want to come. No, you can't come to our table. You got your table over there. Have a good day. Period. And that's the way I think it should have been and should have stayed. We should have never came together with them. Never. And I believe this is why we're still at the bottom today. And I rest with that.
Well, Sister Cassie, I want to ask you, because Brother Donald says that he did say he feared he was integrating our people into a burning house.
He said that at the end. He said that at the end. In the beginning, he worked with them crackers. And then once he saw what they was doing, then he changed his mind. Okay, but did he do anything to get you out of the burning building? Are you doing anything to get you out of the burning building? No. We're still in that burning building. It's still burning. You don't have sense enough to get out of it. We're still waiting on another leader that they appointed for us. They appointed him for us. We didn't appoint him. We didn't appoint no leaders. Every leader that we've ever had, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Elijah Cumming, all of them was appointed for us. Half of them leaders that was on even the civil rights people they were your caucus, Black caucus, right? What they do? Did they do anything for you today? Karen Bass was with the civil rights bill. What's she doing for Black folk today? Absolutely nothing. She was on the Black caucus and still don't. Maxine Waters, Jesse Jackson, all them people was on the Black caucus thing. They don't do anything. He has never done anything for Black people. So yes, he knew what he was doing. He was part of the boule. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about Black folk. He was on the boule. And the boule is not for Black people. The boule they use against Black folk. They look like us, but they work for them. Every leader we've had worked for them. They appointed them leaders for us. Jesse Jackson, the same man that had MLK killed, because he had something to do with it too. He worked for them. Because if he didn't, when he ran for president, he would have been dead. Remember that time Jesse Jackson ran for president? And somebody, Muhammad, come on, who is your person? Went up and told Black folk, told them people, y'all protect him. Louis Farrakhan, remember? He told them, y'all better protect him, don't mess with him. Mm-hmm. And that's the only reason why they didn't kill him. But he was a coon too. They knew Jesse Jackson wasn't going to do nothing for Black folk. Just like Obama. They knew Obama wasn't going to do nothing for Black people. That's why they let him be president, because they knew they picked that coon themselves. They picked that man for themselves to lead Black people. And we thought, it's always a Black face, so they're going to do something for Black people. They never do anything for Black people, because if they picked a Muhammad, like Maurice Muhammad, they wouldn't pick him to lead us, because they know that he going to lead us where he going to lead us. You think they would pick him? No. They're not going shouldn't have. Now you're gonna try to get out the bed with the dogs with the fleas. Now you got some fleas. Lie with dogs, you get fleas, and then they killed him. That's why he died. Period.
Sister Cassie, let me ask you: do he get any credit for realizing that he's integrating the people in the burning house and then trying to go a different course?
No, he does not. He don't get no credit. I'm gonna tell you why. That's just like me giving a credit to a thief that broke into my house, and then he said, "Oh, Cassie, I'm gonna come out here. Your stuff. I made a mistake." What? Look at the results. Look at the results of his mistake. Look at the results of him being paid by white folk. Black folk, we have to get to the point where we hold people accountable. That's doing stuff that's gonna do stuff to hurt us. Just like Al Sharpton gave all that money to a white company. Why didn't you pick some black businesses to get that money to that you just gave Costco? When are we gonna realize just because they look like you don't mean they're gonna do nothing for you? They're never going to do anything for you, not the real ones. Malcolm X, he was gonna do something for black folk. What they do? They turned against him, and they was for MLK. Black folk don't want truth here. I'm all about truth. It's all about truth. No, you don't get a prize because you took us into, and you know what you was doing. That's why you don't get a prize, because you took us away from our own schools, and the damage of you taking us from our own schools. Look at our children today. So no, you don't get a biscuit. No, you got what you got because you did what you shouldn't have did. You took this. You did what you did on purpose, knowing what you was doing. He knew what he was doing. Come on, you guys. When we gonna wake up? We hold people at a high regard because he's deceased. I understand. Okay, I understand. But would he have died? He probably would have. I mean, I'm just saying. Sometimes, we just have to learn and recognize the enemies, you guys. We have to know, because they look like us does not mean that they have our best interest at heart. That's my take. I could be wrong, but I think he should have thought this thing out. I don't just want to ride your damn bus. I want to own my own company. We had our own companies, right? Then we have our own bus companies. So why you take us away from that? We had our own schools. I don't want you to take me away from something that I already had. I already had my own company. He wanted us to come together in peace. You can't come together with demons. These people was not trying to come together with black folk. You up in the restaurant, you sitting in a restaurant. Why didn't you create your own? You had your own. You gave up your own to come and sit at their restaurants, giving them your money. They didn't take our black teachers into work in them schools. Did he say anything about, okay, if we come together with y'all, I need you to take half black men, half our black teachers, and put them in your black schools? Did he do that? No, he didn't, right? He didn't say nothing about, I want to hire some black drivers. No, he left those white drivers, right? Come on, you guys. If he really meant some business, let's go into this. I'm going to get deeper here. Come on. So when he did the hospitals, he didn't say, okay, we come to your hospitals. I want you to hire some black nurses. Did he? No. He didn't say hire some black doctors. Did he? No. He wanted you to take all of your money and go over there and shop with them white folk in their stores. He didn't say, hey, hold on, you guys. Let's stay over here and let's build up our own. He took your money from your schools, your stores, your land, and he closed all of that. They closed all of it down, and they took our monies. And we were supporting their stores. We supported their schools, and our children was being in them damn schools, and they were being abused. They wasn't protecting our children. He knew what was happening. We've been under them crackers for so long. You know what was happening in them schools. He didn't come together and say, okay, if we come together, then we're gonna bring half our teachers, half our doctors, half our nurses. Black folk got laid off. They lost their jobs. They lost everything because black folk turned around and started supporting white businesses. Did we not? What happened to our black businesses? They closed. Why? Because we didn't support them. We took our money and we started supporting the Cadillac people, the TV people. We went to their white stores, but we had our own stuff in our black stores. You took your black dollars from your black stores and you gave it to white folk. Now you made them rich. And you still making them rich today. Al Sharpton just went and gave how much money to Costco's? Why did he chose a black business to get that money to? I'm just saying. Am I wrong? Okay, I'm just saying. Am I wrong? Who got something to say? Y'all quiet as maxes. I'm just saying. That he was trying to help. He would have had, okay, we're going to bring some of our black doctors over there in them hospitals. We're not just going to come on and join hands with them and we up under them. Hell to the no. We're going to come over with some power. We're not going to give up our power. We gave up all of our power to go and be with white folk. Are you crazy? You don't give up your life. And that's somebody we're supposed to look up to? I'm not looking up to that. That dude took us into a burning building on purpose. He didn't have no sense to say, okay, let's do it this way. If we coming over there, we're gonna give you our black dollars. Why we got to go over there? Why they can't come to you? We got stores over here. You come on over here and give us some of that money over here, right? We got to go over there and give our black dollars to them. We always got to go to them. They'll never come to your schools. They'll never come to your supermarkets. They don't never come to your businesses. We always taking our money to them. No. Nope. I ain't buying it. I'm giving him no biscuits. He gets an F for me. Nothing for effort. He don't get no E for effort. And I rest my mic.
All right. I wanted to go back because
y'all better go deeper, honey, with this thing.
And this thing with King, because when he started, he was 26 years old.
He didn't know nothing.
He didn't know shit.
He didn't know nothing. You praising the 26-year-old that them white folk hired. They paid him to do what he did. If he was really for you, he'd have came to the table negotiating, right? Did he negotiate anything? We gonna boycott to sit on their back on the back of their buses. We gonna boycott to sit on their buses. Why you didn't boycott to sit on your own buses? Let's get our own bus company. Let's support our own bus company. Why we got to spend our money with them? That's not what he did. He shut our black bus companies down and went over there and gave our dollars to them. Don't you play with me. Don't you play with me. That's not good business. Me creating my own. We're going to stay over here, separate but equal. I'm going to demand that you give us some money for our buses. I'm going to demand that you give us some money for our hospitals. I'm going to demand that you give us some money for our schools. I don't need to come and spend my black dollars with you. I'm going to put money into my own that was already created for us. We had our own neighborhoods. Give me money to fix up my neighborhoods. If you're telling me separate but equal, that's what he wanted, right? Equal. He wanted us to come together. Why? Because they was going to get your black dollars. We didn't come together. We gave up everything for them. He didn't try to negotiate a deal. Give me some money for my black schools and give me some new books. Give me some new buses. Give me some money for my new buses. Give me some money so we can buy some land over here and build some of our communities, build our communities up. He didn't do that. So don't tell me he was for black folk. Y'all better go deeper with this. Y'all on the surface of this, honey. Y'all not being real about this man who he really was because he died. I'm not glad he died, but he wasn't right. That's why you died, because you wasn't right.
And you know, I see and I understand what Sister Cassie is saying. And I'm not saying that I disagree with Sister Cassie. And Brother Jughead says, Brother Maurice, my beloved brother MLK, being 26 is no excuse. Fred Hampton was 21 and a revolutionary at 21 years old. And that's true. He was a revolutionary at 21 years old. But we have to take this thing apart and look at it.
Okay,
right?
let's do it.
Let's do that.
Let's do that
So
right there. Hold on.
When you
said Fred Hampton, you know the difference in Fred Hampton and MLK. Fred Hampton was doing for self, was he not? MLK did not, right? That's the difference right there. You got two brothers. One the white man picked was MLK, and one black folk picked, okay, and was supporting the Black Panthers. They was in the black community doing for black people. MLK wasn't doing that. He was telling you to come over to their side of the tracks. He didn't say stay in your own and build up your own. He said, I see us coming together as we're holding hands. But where our money going? To them. I don't want to come together. I got to take, I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to lose my power. We lost our power. We had power separate. Because I can't tell you, I cannot convince you to do something for me if you already got your power over here, right? You doing for self, you got your schools, you got your homes, you got your money, you got your business. I cannot convince you to do anything that I want you to do if you got your own. Now, when you lose your own and come to me, now I got the power. That's what it was all about, power. Them controlling us. Them taking our black dollars. Them taking our dollars out of our community. Them taking our power away from us. And that's exactly what they did. We have no power because of MLK. But I'm going to be quiet. I promise. I'm going to try. I'm going to put me on mute. Go ahead, brother.
So I'm going to say, and this probably will shock you all, but I'm going to say Martin Luther King and Fred Hampton Jr., Fred Hampton, are different sides of the same coin, because they both wanted integration. They both wanted integration. How do we know they both wanted integration? Dr. King says straight out loud, we want to be integrated. We want to be this. We want to be that. Fred Hampton said, yeah, we want integration. He wanted the white power. He wanted the blue power. He wanted the black power. And he was working to go get them, working to go get this one, and working to go get that one. They were the same sides of the same, different sides of the same coin. Fred Hampton didn't use the words integration like that. Fred Hampton words was power to the people. Fred Hampton work was, let me go over here and talk to white people and get white people in on here. Let me go over here and talk to the Asian people and get the Asian people over here. That's the same damn thing Dr. King did. It's the exact same damn thing. Now, when we look and understand that the Black Panther Party was not a party that was their total aim and grip was for Black economics. That wasn't their total thing. Their total thing was, hey, we're paying taxes like everybody else. We want to be treated equally like everybody else. And if you don't treat us equally like everybody else, and you come this way with violence, we're going to come to you and meet your violence. That was their thing. But they believed in, let's all get along to get along. Let's go along to get along. That's how you had an agent of the FBI amongst the Black Panthers, giving them weapons. Troy is his name. And he worked right with them. So this is why I say, with the way we see things, with a Black first ideology, we ain't giving a damn about what they doing over there. Go ahead and round all them asses up and get them the fuck out of here. That ain't my fight. But if Fred was around today, that'll be his fight. If King was around today, that'll be his fight. But that's not our fight. That ain't our business. That's their business. Because when they were amongst us, they wasn't for us. They wasn't for us. So now they want us to come with our cape on to their thing. Fuck that. That's not our way. We don't believe in that. And when King was killed, our people went off, who didn't even believe in nonviolence, but they respected the man enough to say, we fed up now. Now we about to burn some shit up. Now, when Fred was killed, nothing was burned. No laws was changed. Nobody went to jail. But he had white folks with it that he was dealing with. Huh?
Why? Why do you think when King died, everything went up and when because I do believe, now I know what you're saying and I understand, same coin, but I think Hampton was doing a little bit more in the Black community, like the breakfast, things that, in the gun violence and trying to check the police. He did a little bit more than MLK did, okay? But I understand at the end, was starting to come together. But in the beginning, now look at the beginning. In the beginning, King wasn't trying to do nothing in the black neighborhood. The Black Panther guy was, okay? He was doing the breakfast. He was checking police officers. So in the beginning, he was doing something different than King, okay? But then in the end, that's when he started saying, come on together, come on in the house, y'all. We're going to do this and the other. But in the beginning, he was not like that.
And he was always like that.
Not in the beginning?
Yes, he was always like that because Fred Hampton came from the civil rights movement. And what made him walk away is because he didn't believe in, let me punch you in my face and I'm not going to do shit.
Okay.
That's what made him make his break and say, I'm going to go over here and join the Panthers because they believe if you hit me, then I'm going to hit you back. And so that was his first psychological break. Now, when we look at the fact of the breakfast, the children having breakfast that the Black Panthers was doing, because they were fulfilling a need that should have been filled in their thinking, that should have been filled by giving blacks better jobs and opportunities, they can feed their own children. But since they don't have that, there's a need to feed. So we're going to feed the children. Then the government saw it, and then the government said, we're going to take over that need, and we're going to feed the children with that same breakfast club, Black Breakfast Club thing, because they said that is dangerous. They're getting to the minds of Black children before we can. And so we got to change that.
Yeah.
So we'll be the first and the last to imprint on the minds of Black children.
Right.
So we got to stay in remembrance of where people come from and what is the motive behind what people do. And we understand that no right-minded individual going to be sitting here letting somebody bust them in the goddamn face and you turn the cheek and say, okay, you can bust me again. Hell with that. So that's what Fred said, hell with that. No, I'm not doing that. But we can go over here because the Black Panthers were integrated. They were integrated. They're sitting up there reading Mao's communist book, the Red Book. That's what they're reading. They ain't reading no black books. They're reading the communist book from China.
Okay.
So we got to understand these moving parts and look at them. That's why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad called Huey Newton and the Black Panthers a neuter agenda. When Minister Farrakhan went over there to meet Huey, and they started to search Minister Farrakhan, and he submitted to the search. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was pissed off that you will submit yourself to somebody who's not worthy of you being submitted yourself to. He said, I sit you, you are second only to myself.
Okay.
Only to myself, you are second. And you go submit yourself to some new agenda.
Wow, okay.
And the messenger went off on the minister because he should never have done that. You don't do that. When you know that these people are about, at the end of the day, integrating because this is what they see, this is what they want. They want to be close to massa. They want to be close to power instead of wanting it for yourself, for you to operate yourself so you can police yourself, then that's a problem. And this is one of the reasons why they were never really successful. And the destruction of the Black Panther Party wasn't because of the FBI. Bobby Seale said it very clearly in the interview. Oh, we survived the FBI. The Black Panthers got destroyed because I destroyed it. I got into an argument with Huey because Huey was making decisions that I didn't like. So if I quit the party, the whole party gonna come down. And he did it. And the party failed. So that's why the nigga out there making cookbooks
Yeah, isn't that crazy? He should have never lived after that day. And that's what we have to understand. We have to start handling people like that. We have leaders, black leaders, and somebody, and they should know you come touch this when you're gonna die. Because we're gonna come not just to get you, but your whole family. That's the message we have to, and for him to live as long as he did. Mm-mm. 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 Even when you do something to us and you go to jail for it, somebody's supposed to get you then. That's not what's happening in black folk. That's what the problem is. We're not sticking to the point of us saying, okay, separate but equal. Give us money for this. Give us money for our schools. Give us money for land. We don't want your money. We don't want to deal with you. We don't want you over here. We don't need you over here. You stay over there, and we're going to stay over here. We're going to do what we need to do. We don't have nothing to do with you. That's the only way that it's going to work. You cannot bring those white folk over here and say, okay, you can, if I don't even want you investing, I don't even want no parts of you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I want to be able to do for self, live with self, support self with my other black brothers and sisters. But let me let my brothers know that if you come with some shenanigans, you're going to be taken out. And not only you, but your family. And we may have to do one person like that and come over here with some shenanigans and you trying to work and do some dirt. We're going to take you out and your family. We may have to do one person like that. But guess what? I guarantee you, if you did one person like that, they're going to understand that this is how we do it. And you come over here with any kind of nonsense, we're going to handle our business. You better not even let us think that that's what you're doing, else you're going to be taken care of, period. And that's at what point. And I know some people say, oh God, that's at a point where we shouldn't. That's at a point where we need to be for now until people get it. Then we won't have to go there again. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that's not what we are. We always gotta, well, we got to integrate. I told you one group I was with where they was bringing everybody in. No, what do you? I thought this was a black group. What are you talking about? What happened? Well, it's discriminate. Well, look, they discriminate all the time. They just don't. They just show you. We know the KKK. How many black people in that? You're not tearing that down. But you want to come over here in a black group. No, you're going to stay over there. We're not doing the LGBT. We're not doing the white folk nothing. I don't care if you're a white person that really, I'm down with the black folk. No. You can be down with your own. But over here, this is how we're doing it. And this is how we're going to do it, period. We're not compromising.
Exactly. And Sister Nicole, that's Bobby Seale, who's making cookbooks. Bobby Seale making cookbooks. I want us to go to this next video. And this is the video that I talked about, I believe, last week when we were saying that this black woman, she had a candy bar against this white man.
Okay.
She had her candy bar, but she was afraid to use it.
How you gonna have a candy bar and don't use it? What the hell? What you
she
got
let the white man get all up to her, put the gun touching her head.
Oh no, that wouldn't have worked. Nope.
Touching her head.
That's assault. That's assault. So you're defending yourself.
She should have blew his ass away.
Should have.
But she didn't. The black men that stood around yelling, watching.
Shame on them.
Ain't nobody do shit.
Shame on them. You can't get, and I'm just so mad right now because it's almost like they don't help on purpose. They don't defend black women on purpose. But let a black woman say something to a white woman that they with, then they're gonna jump on the black woman. Okay? They're gonna defend that white woman against their own. I've seen that. I've experienced that. I've seen that. And I'm telling you, God is not pleased with that. I don't care what nobody says. God is not pleased with that because he put y'all here for black women and you defending everybody but your sister, but your mama, but your auntie.
Exactly.
You defending everybody and you leaving your mamas, your aunties, and your sisters out in the cold. Shame on you. And that's why black men are going through what they're going through right now. And you're going to keep on going through long as you're over there dating Becky. Because like you said something, you said you got to give up your blackness when you date outside your race. You got to give up your blackness. You got to, men, you got to give up your manhood because them white women is all in control because they got the money and they know how to do it. And y'all subjecting yourselves up under a white woman, but then want a black woman to be submissive to you. When you're not submissive, you're submitting to a white woman. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Please.
Exactly. And just like that nigga Albert Hainsworth, a defensive tackle, used to play for Tennessee Titans, Washington Redskins. Big nigga out there stepping on people's face and all that shit. Mm-hmm. But at home, this white woman is whooping his ass.
You got
put that nigga in the hospital.
You stop lying. Seriously. You
put that big nigga in the fucking hospital.
You just stop.
And he can't do shit. But on that goddamn football field, you stepping on black men's faces and shit. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh Lord, I'm done. Now they got the men going over there and coming back with HIV, them passport rolls, right? Coming back with HIV and coming back with all kind of stuff. Them now y'all have to remember, Chinese little boys didn't have they was remember in the 80s that they was killing them little baby girls, the girls that was born, they was killing them. So now their boys don't have women to marry. So now they going to Africa, but a lot of them boys they making it to girls, okay? So a lot of them little boys you sleeping with, you think they women and they not. I'm just saying. Okay, so y'all go ahead on over there and enjoy your Filipino Mr. Ladies.
So we're gonna take a look at this video with our black sister with her gun, but don't use it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be mad.
Because this is a problem that has to be dealt with.
Yes, we need to deal with that. Yes, do not care if you ain't gonna use it.
What you think? Hold on, let me pull it up.
We got a gun on her right now.
Hey man, don't do that, man. Get off her, man.
He's gonna wrestle and pop her. I beat the fuck. Hey, get that on camera. I'm on, bro. I want to see it from my mama. Come on now.
I can't believe they didn't do nothing. Need some punks. Oh my God, this is horrible. They yelling but not doing nothing.
Exactly.
I can't stand this. I'm gonna have to go take a blood pressure pill. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Let me shut up.
This guy's tripping.
And y'all tripping for not helping you, punk Negroes.
I just leave. I got you.
He said she didn't pull her gun on me.
They're on their way, sis. I don't know why you're pointing your gun like you're a cop or something.
He pointing his gun at her.
Yeah.
He pointing his gun at her. He is.
You put your hands on a woman.
Shut up. You ain't doing nothing, you punk.
I take that when you point that bitch at me.
Oh, shut up. You ain't doing nothing. Who is that right there filming and right there and ain't doing nothing?
Black man.
They should have put them cameras down and beat his right then and there. All of them.
Right behind him.
All of them should have just attacked him for touching her. You touch one, you touch all of us.
That's what all of us. Hey, quit pointing that gun at me, bro. Point it to the ground, bro.
It does something.
Hey, I ain't gonna tell you again, bro. Quit pointing that gun at me. Point it at the ground, bro. I ain't gonna tell you again, bro. Point it at the ground.
Don't do nothing.
Quit pointing it at me. I'll take it out of hands, bro.
Oh my goodness. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm going inside.
He didn't went back across the street.
I'm going inside. My best
He wasn't gonna do that.
I'm cool.
He didn't went back across the street.
Right. So
He didn't went back across
there
the
you
street.
see that video.
I'm done.
You know,
I'm done. I'm done. I don't even know what to say. I'm done. Why do you think black men did absolutely nothing? Tell me why. I want the men in the chat to tell me why. Did those men stand by and see that sister struggling with this white man and did absolutely nothing?
all right, brothers in the chat. Sister Cassie says she want to hear from y'all. So come on and tune in. Why the black men that was there did nothing. What's your thoughts on that?
Crickets.
Because this to me, as William Bell was said, the white man is alive, but Jordan Neely is dead.
Mm-hmm.
This is
And why is he still alive?
He's been dead.
Why is he alive? When you had black men that helped him on that train, to hold your brother down. Why? What is going on with us mentally that will help white men hold our own down? And I see the black men holding them down. Did we not see the video? Black man was helping him, right?
Yep.
Why did the black man help the white dude instead of his brother?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think, because he saw that white man is his God, and he can't do nothing against no white man.
Yep.
He'll never shoot no white man. Never. They can't shoot their God. They can't shoot the man that they look up to as a man.
But he don't mind shooting y'all. He don't mind shooting y'all. See, this is some backward stuff right here. And I'm going back to that question of why people celebrated or why people had something to say when MLK died, but nothing to say when the Black Panther man was brutally murdered, because they went in that house and they shot them up, right? They brutally murdered them and nobody said nothing. Why? What's going on with Black people here in America?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And you know, for all the hoorah about the Black Panthers, when their leader was killed, they didn't do a goddamn thing in response.
Nope, nothing. Why?
They said, "Oh well, you got to keep on moving."
Ain't that something? Nobody did anything. So what is why do we have these groups that's not going to make sure that you come after one of us, you gonna die? When are we gonna get that serious about our own? When are we gonna get that serious about protecting our own? Just like she said, there has Earth said they were taught that their Black woman is their enemy. Who taught them that? Now come, where you at? Who taught you that your hair was nappy? Who taught you your nose was wide? Who taught you that? Where you get that from? And why you not combating it? Why you believing that we your enemies? Since we enemies, and Black women too, we believe the same thing. Where did it come from? We got to do better, Black family. You hit one. Remember when we were little, Mama said they hit one, they hit. You better y'all jump in it. Y'all take care of it. Didn't they say that? Don't let me hear that they hit your sister and you ain't do nothing. Where's that saying that today?
Exactly.
What's going on with us with our parenting? Let's go back to that.
Oh my God.
Let's go back to that.
Is there even a such thing as parenting in the so-called Black community these days?
No, because white folk tell you what to do with your children. They told you can't spank your children. They told you, but you got murderers. You got white folk telling you how to raise your children, but they children shooting up schools. And you listening? I'm gonna listen to you. What kind of parenting? What? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. I'm just saying. Your kids shooting up school, killing each other. You killing each other, sexing up your kids, and I'm gonna listen to you and how to parent. Get out of here. You can't tell me nothing. Get out of here. Get out of here. And I would have went to court telling the judge, you can't run my house. You can't run my house. Tell me what to do with my child. You can't even raise your own.
Exactly.
Get out of here. Your children shooting up school. You better take care of your children who over there shooting up Walmarts, blowing up Tim LaVey and his daddy, blowing up the federal building. Get out of here. Him and his daddy blew up a whole federal building, killed how many babies up in there?
Say that.
He's trying to tell me, him and his son. So that's what he was teaching his son. But you want me to listen to you how to parent. Get out of here. Please.
Exactly.
And you want to come together with these people. Really? What's that got you?
Exactly.
What's that got you? But MLK told you to do it. He said, come on, we're going to come together and hold some white chair in hand. Why? For what?
William Bell says that here in St. Louis, there was a black man robbing a Chinese restaurant. He was tackled and held down till the police arrived. He was tackled by another black man.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? That's brainwashing. That's Willie Lynch right there. Willie Lynch to the umpteenth. I'm just saying. That's Willie Lynch. But they got us trained well. I'm sorry, black folk. Y'all don't even know what to say. I don't even know what I can say nice right now. Because that's crazy. And when I got out of jail, I'm gonna go after them dudes that held me down, and I'm gonna take care of them. Seriously, I want to teach them that you don't ever touch me. You mind your business and you keep walking. That police would have shot any one of them. If you know what I'm saying, but you're gonna sit up there and gonna hold your brother down.
Exactly.
Until your enemies, until your murderers, until your killers come. Really? That's crazy right there. That just makes no sense to me. But I've seen that. I've seen that before. A black guy and a white police officer was struggling. Black guy came and got the black guy off the police officer. I've seen that, and that's the sorriest thing ever. That's Willie Lynch. We've been trained really well. Do we understand that we've been trained by them? We treat us the way they treat us. Do we understand that?
No.
Oh wow, somebody's offended, huh? Woo! I'm loving it. Woo-hoo! I love it. Come on, Rigo. I'm loving it. You just brainwashed, bro. Come on, wake up. You brainwashed. Oh, this loudmouth woman speak blasphemy about MLK Jr. No, sweetheart, you're brainwashed. Let's wake up, Rigo. Please wake up before it's too late. I bet you're married to a white woman, aren't you? Yeah, I know. You just think white folk let's I'm not offended. Let's just say it because you're not woke. You still sleep. I bet you're still voting Democrats, aren't you? I know. Yeah, that speaks volumes for me, Rigo. It's fine. It's okay, honey. It's all right, baby.
Yeah, Regal. Let me say that to Regal. Yo.
He's still voting Democrat.
Damn, you know what I mean? Regal, go to YouTube, look for Malcolm X and the Big Six. If your dumbass still want to look to be in the corner of Malcolm X and all of the other so-called leaders, we just gonna have to cut you loose, man, because you have no idea about your own history. Black folk created America, buddy. 13 colony with the king of England, King James, and his son and grandson Charles and George. Don't you know that? Don't you know that Hawaii is not really a state; it's still a black kingdom that America need to give back? Don't you know Alaska need to have their land given back? They were never given a plebiscite to do so. Do you know that Greece and Rome and obviously I would hope you know that Egypt is a black kingdom? But look, man, this is not hard to see and not hard to understand that your education as a young man came from white folks. White folks are not white. They're not European. They're not Anglo-Saxon. They're not Saxon. They're not Caucasian. They are just bleached out black people. We're not here to talk shit and pontificate and talk out our asses. When we are on this show, we're giving you facts. Hey, okay. Espérate, help. Yeah, okay. Más tarde, okay. Está bien. So, Regal, You got to know your history, man. White folk done bamboozled you into a coon ass nigga. And when we're on this show, we are really about that life, man. About facts. I don't give a fuck about your feelings and your goddamn emotion, nigga. Now, if you really want to be all up in your feelings and all up in your emotions and not looking at the facts, my brother, then that's you. But don't bring that weak shit to the strongest one, because we're not here for that bullshit. We are here to uplift our people with facts, with real American and world history. Now, with that being said, I would advise that you go to Amazon, sir, and look for my book called The White Man's Burden of Lies and Deceit, one that deals with why white people hate black people so much. And the second book, uh, The White Man's Burden of Lies and Deceit, Understanding White Supremacy. With those two books, I'm just not patting myself on the back. You are going to see and you're going to understand what happened to us. We are the real Jews, buddy. The people who came out of West Africa were Jews from Portugal and Spain and sent to what's the name of San Tome, and then to the Dominican Republic where we're from, and Haiti and all of that, and America. 60% of African American, I don't like that use that term, but we'll go with it, are Jews, because the indigenous people of America mingle with similar people who look like them, and fortunately, these people were Jews. White people are not Jews, buddy. So, you gotta get over yourself. You gotta understand history and what happened. And you're probably one of them niggas who love LBJ for signing an executive order that don't mean shit to us. Abraham Lincoln and Hannibal Hamlin, two black guys, president and vice president, signed and freed white people from slavery. Okay? And us too, as prisoners of war, that makes us United States citizens. I rest my motherfucking case, nigga. Goodbye.
All right. And Emil says, is your book on Amazon? Yes, Emil. Brother Isaiah books are on Amazon. Sister Cassie books are on Amazon as well. But the cover picture, Lord. Brother Isaiah do be pushing those.
Brother Emil and Earth, it's right there. You can't miss it because it got a white man, it got a white woman with a tail. These people grow tails. They're not human. All this kumbaya bullshit. You see, this is the reason why Rico said MLK made out like, no, he didn't. Look, bro, I really want to cuss your ass out. But since you are black, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it nice and plain. Before 1954, sir, black folk were doing fine. We had our own businesses. We had our own homes, more so than white folk. We had our own schools, sir. We had our own everything. Now come integration. Why the fuck, Brother Regal, would you want to sit down in a restaurant where people are spitting in your fucking food while you waiting on it, you dumb nigga? Why would you want to eat some chicken, stale, unseasoned chicken, when you can go to your own people's restaurant, bro, and sit down and have your nice motherfucking meal, peace and quiet, without anybody telling you or calling you nigga? Why would you want to integrate into a fucking school system that miseducate your dumb ass and your kid? Your kid probably dumb little motherfucker because they don't know shit. Now, I'm just saying. But the idea before 1954, sir, and the civil rights movement was not necessary. That was all covered. The 1865 Civil Rights Bill. Or the law that became law, but it's the law of the land, my brother. So, get off your ass, get onto the computer, look for my book, sir. It's going to revolutionize your mind and waking up your third eye because you sleep like a motherfucker.
Those are the type of people who can't even talk. Those are the type of people who never get it.
But, I'm on.
Those type people, those are the ones that you'll have to kill before we battle who we need to battle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those are very dangerous people who has never woken up, who's still believing that the Democrats have done something, and we voting every year, keep voting, keep hope alive. That's that mentality. You can't even deal with some of them type of black folks.
Yes, ma'am.
It is what it is, because he'll never get it. Never.
But I'm gonna listen to our Lioness of Judah. I'm gonna keep quiet. But I feel you.
When you talk like that, instead of you listening and understand why we say what we say, maybe he didn't understand or hear why we said what we said. Okay, so he needs to go backwards. But we're gonna continue on the show, and hopefully he'll get it eventually. And if he don't, that's on him. Go ahead, Maurice. Yeah.
But my last thing is, Emil, just go on ahead and I would appreciate it, and spread the word. Just go on ahead and look on Amazon. The White Man's Burden of Lies and Deceit 1 and 2 is right there. You can't miss them. And a white woman with a tail. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Now, that's not AI now. They got videos on YouTube of these motherfuckers moving the tail. So don't fucking come to me with that bullshit. These are some nasty ass motherfuckers who are the living embodiment. And this is why I hate these motherfuckers. And this is why our ancestors hated them. They are the living embodiment of the 7 deadly sins: greed, gluttony, sloth, envy, pride, wrath, and lust. They love that shit. And they love having sex amongst themselves, shitting and pissing in each other's mouths and eating it and vomiting back up and having sex in that motherfucker again. I was gonna send you, Brother Maurice, a brothel where they having sex with brothels. I gotta find it again and send it to you. But these motherfuckers are crazy. But Negroes like Regal, they're human just like they're human. But you got to go along to get along. Praise Jesus. And fuck you and Jesus, all right? That's how I get down. I don't play. Nobody on this motherfucker play. We are Lions of Judah, and we speak truth to power, sir. And we ain't moving off this motherfucker because truth ain't got to defend a motherfucking thing. It's the lies people tell and believe that they think is right, but ain't right. And this is why I stand still and don't move. This is why Brother Maurice stands still and don't move. This is why Sister Cassie don't move and stand still. We sit black, and when we don't sit back, we sit black. All right. So back to you, sir.
Thank you, dear brother. I want to welcome Emerald Modesty to the program. Peace and blessings, Queen. We are glad that you are here. Let's see, who did I forget to? Peace and blessings. I want to welcome William Bell to the program. Peace and blessings. I want to welcome Brother Jughead 77 to the program. Welcome, 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 welcome. Our time is almost up, and we really didn't even get far into the topic where I would like to go, but I respect Regal. I respect you guys' opinion, but disrespecting a leader that actually made change will never happen on my watch.
What kind of change did he bring about, Regal?
Yeah, what change did he make?
What change did he do that didn't hurt black people? Tell me what change. We gotta let him up here to talk. What kind of change? I don't understand what change. And I really want him to call because I need to understand what kind of change did he do. Nothing changed. We lost everything. We lost our land. We lost our children to their schools. We lost our employment. We lost businesses. We lost our own buses. We lost our own land. We lost our own homes. We lost our own everything. So what did we gain by the Civil Rights Bill? We wouldn't have needed the Civil Rights Bill if we had stayed separate from them because we lost everything. They didn't take any of our teachers. They didn't hire any of our doctors. They didn't hire any of our people. We just went over there and gave our money to them. So I don't understand what you're saying. They enacted change. They didn't change. He didn't change anything. He just, he changed for the bad and for the worse, but nothing for the good. But, you know, you go ahead and you stay in that little world. You keep voting Democrats. Hopefully, you know, keep chasing that carrot. You'll be fine. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Definitely.
I'm sorry for that person. That person is lost. He's lost. Look at his comments. He's lost. He didn't hurt me. Yes, he did hurt me. Yes, he did. He really did. He really hurt us. God hurt us. He hurt. And I'm going to show you how MLK hurt us. He was a coon. He was a coon. He took their money to hurt you. Remember, Margaret Sanger said, to get these black folk, we're going to have to use somebody that looks like them, but we're going to hire them to do our bidding for us. That's what Margaret, and that's what MLK did for us. He wasn't for us. He looked like us, just like Obama. You still loving Obama too, aren't you? Who did nothing for black people. Okay, but that's
Rigo, a quick question. I'm sorry. Did you take the vaccine, sir?
He probably did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I guarantee.
Did you take that? Yes or no?
So anyway.
But anyway.
All right.
If you did, sir, that was an effort to kill us. But the majority of people who took it were white folks, 80%, sir. Because we knew and we known about the Tuskegee experiment, so we weren't falling for that. You know what I mean? But if you did, sir, your days are really truly numbered and going down. Oh, you didn't? Okay, well, you good. You good. You good. You good. You got some kind of common sense. You got some kind of common sense. All right, I'll throw it back at you, brother Marie.
Yep. Emil said W. Du Bois. Yes, he was the one that worked against Margaret Garvey, right? Okay. W. Du Bois. So we do understand that they are people that look like us that they hire to work against us.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely. All right. So in this next video that I want to show, this again is a good time for you to be able to see different thoughts. But when you're doing something that's dealing with news, you got to know your actual facts.
Everything, yes, he is lying. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
If you don't know your actual facts, you have no right to come before black people to try to give any news or anything like that, because you wound up hurting yourself. So we're going to look at this clip, and then we're going to come back and discuss it. And I'm glad, who's that? That was Nicole, I think. Yeah, Nicole Smith, who asked about the news representation, because that brought this to my mind. So let's check this out and come back and talk about it.
Nonsense that my cousin does. So the whole family is seemingly against him. RFK Jr. was, oh, connect me with my cousin. How come you're not talking about more nonsense that my cousin does? So the whole family is seemingly against him. RFK Jr. was grilled about his claims about vaccines and black people. Let's see.
You said the following, and I quote, "We should not be giving black people the same vaccine schedule that's given to whites because their immune system is better than ours." Can you please explain what you meant?
There's a series of studies, I think most of them by Poland, show that the particular antigens that blacks have a much stronger reaction. There's differences in reaction to different products by different races.
So I have stronger people. Ask you then. So what different vaccine schedule would you say I should have received? What different vaccine schedule should I have received?
I mean, the Poland article suggests that blacks need fewer antigens than
this is so dangerous.
You get the same measles vaccine.
Mr. Kennedy, with all due respect, that is so dangerous.
She don't even get it, does she?
Listen to that is so dangerous. I will be voting against your nomination because your views are dangerous to our state and to our country.
See, we're a different breed.
Bred
differently.
They didn't get it, did they?
Who'd he learn this from? Jimmy the Greek?
Oh my God, you guys.
You're just saying nonsense. blacks need something different.
We got something different. Y'all don't know it?
Not the first time RFK Jr. has said something controversial, of course, about the black community. Do you remember this?
So I don't think you can change that part of human nature. What you can do is you can make kids resilient against it. And the way you do that is by giving them a great education. I remember crosses being burned when I was a kid against an anti-Catholic president. A lot of other, I was called a Mick, a mackerel snatcher, all these anti-Catholic slurs when I was a kid. And it never bothered me. If somebody called me that, I would think that guy's got a problem. But I didn't think I have a problem. And that, because I had a great education, those kind of things had no impact on me. And that's the kind of resilience that we want to give the Black American children when they do encounter the inevitable racism, that it will bounce off them, that they'll be, like the Avengers, they'll be immune to it. And then we don't have to stop racism altogether, because we're never going to be able to do that.
This is remarkable. He's talking about
They're gonna be like the
superheroes.
Avengers.
I mean, there's nothing like a privileged white Kennedy telling us how easy it is for black children to be immune from racism. He seems to indicate racism is just about name calling too.
Just brush it off.
Right. He says he had the best schools. He's resilient because of it. It never bothered him. It didn't impact him. I suggest something impacted him. Indeed, it did. Let's get to the woman who clocked his tea, Maryland Senator Angela also Brooks, questioning Robert F. Kennedy Jr., President Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, has gone viral online after the Democrat confronted him on his past statements about vaccines and Black Americans. Kennedy has a history of pushing false medical claims, particularly as it relates to COVID-19. As a presidential candidate in 2023, Kennedy falsely claimed COVID-19 virus was targeted to attack Caucasians and Black people and spare Jews and Chinese people. Researchers, doctors, and even his own sister quickly slammed the remarks at the time. Rio, I told you his family done quit him. Okay, he's still got the actor sitting behind him. How long? Till she says this is beyond weird. COVID-19 disproportionately affected Black, Hispanic, and other ethnic groups in the United States, but health experts have explained social determinants such as, now here's the racism, healthcare access, pre-existing illnesses led to different recovery outcomes, not a specific or deliberate genetic virus composition. Race-based medical myth. This is very dangerous, like Senator also Brooks said. Race-based psychological myths have long influenced medical practice, he said. Even today, some doctors believe African Americans are more tolerant of pain. One study found that relative to other racial groups, physicians are twice as likely to underestimate Black patients' pain. That's from Harvard Global Health Institute. Several years ago, researchers at the University of Virginia, including Dr. Oliver, probed the beliefs of 222 white medical students and residents and published results in the proceedings of the National Academy of Science. Half held.
All right. So here we have a situation where Robert F. Kennedy was actually telling the truth, that our immune system is different than white folks' immune system. Ours is stronger than theirs. That is the absolute truth. Now, Dr. Ritchie people believe that he was lying. The Congresswoman believes he was lying. But he's telling the fucking truth. He didn't lie. And this is a problem. And this shows that they're poorly educated. This shows that they are very, very poorly educated. That they have no right to come before our people and start telling what their version of what they believe, because it's corrupt and it's wrong. They are the lies. Now, It's easy. All you had to do is go Google it and see if it's true. If you ain't got no science background, you ain't got no medical background, just fucking Google it. It's going to come up. It ain't going to be hidden. The Congresswoman could have did that, but she didn't. Because, see, they think that they are scoring points with Black people to come out and do this dumb shit when really he's telling the truth. And he said, it's science. It's science. It's provable. Very provable. Now, in this one little piece of thing that I pulled up, a Journal of Clinical Oncology, the racial differences in chronic immune stimulatory conditions, the risk of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in veterans from the United States. Now, yeah, it's dealing with cancer, but the bottom line is still the same thing. Immune status has been associated with race, with Blacks having a higher level of immunoglobulin A and CD8 cell counts than whites. Furthermore, several studies observed that whites and Blacks living in the same geographical region had different levels of Y globin, a marker of immune disruption. We have it. Our immune system is not like theirs. Period. It is not like theirs. You can Google it and read it. But why you don't want to accept that? Why you don't want to accept that you are the people of God, that he made you differently? You ain't like them. Science tells you that. But you want to score ignorant points and say, I'm going to beat you down because you don't know what you're talking about, when he knows the fuck what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. So you got to be careful of where you're getting your information from, because it's coming from, when you hear people say the right, the left, yeah, they're not the ones you need to be listening to, because they are part of the problem. We're not on the right, nor are we on the left. We're separate. We're separate. When you hear people say, you know, our army did this, our astronauts did this, nigga, where you get an astronaut from? Where you get an army from? Our government did this. No, your government did. I didn't do shit. Your government did that. Because we're separate. We're separate. We understand who our Father is, and we understand who their Father is. We understand the command of be ye separate. Period, point blank. There is no integration. There is no big old mixing pot and let me give you a hug. There is no, oh, you love me, let me love you. Ain't none of that bullshit. That ain't our way. That ain't our way. And we need to wake up and understand that. And understand that in this time we have to be critical. When we're analyzing what was done in the past so we don't make the same mistakes again, we got to be critical. And in that critical analysis, it may hurt your feelings, because we're looking and dissecting those who came before us as leaders, and we're saying they got it wrong. They got it wrong. I'm quite sure when some Black Panther people that love the Black Panther Party come across the video and hear what I said, they're going to be upset. Oh, Brother Muhammad, how could you say that? Because I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. We have to be critical, and we have to dissect things so we'll understand exactly what happened. so we don't repeat what was done before. See, because we're going backwards, because when it was done the first time, it didn't come out right. It wasn't done right. It just wasn't. It wasn't for us to integrate. When they freed our ancestors, they asked them, do you want to integrate? Or what do you want to do? What do you want to do? They said, we want to stay separate because we can't trust you all. We need to stay separate. We want to build our own, secure our own, because the disease that you all have, there is no cure. We need to be separate. See, integration was a hypocritical trick. That's all it was a hypocritical trick. And it made you give up who you are to fit into their system, to fit into their way of being. You know, and I told y'all this before. I did a poll and asked Southern blacks down in Tennessee, middle-class blacks, got some money, retired. Was integration, was that the right thing for us to do? And every last one of them said no, it was the wrong thing for us to do. We should have never done it. Now, these people I asked, they weren't, no revolutionary, no Muslim. They were all Christian, going to church. But they understood what they lost. And they understand where they at. And they're trying to figure out, how do we get back onto the right road? Because integration ain't making it happen. We're worse off. I asked the old white lady in Tennessee about integration. She says, well, I think it helped y'all in a way, and then it hurt y'all in a way. Because y'all had to give up who y'all are and accept our way. Aren't you tired of giving up your way for their way? And you see, it's obviously the shit doesn't work. You can't even parent your own children. It's obvious their way doesn't even work. We're going to go ahead and go to closing comments. Sister Cassie, what's your thoughts on what I just said?
I mean, there's nothing. I can't never come behind you. You already know I can never. I mean, I want that to stick in what you said. I want them to get it. It didn't work. Period. And that was the worst thing we could have did. And even a white woman said that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have nothing else to say because you did. You said it all. I want them to understand and remember what you just said. I'll rest.
All right. Brother Isaiah?
What else can I say? I mean, all the things that need to be said was said. It's just not a repeat, but it's just a real confirmation, an affirmation of where we are. We are sitting black. Fuck the wannabe white Latinos and this Chinese bitch that's on X talking about, I'm a high IQ Asian. And I earned my spot in the government. Well, what happened? The ICE came and got that bitch out of the office. She was hanging on to the door frame trying to stay. I'm a high IQ Asian, and I earned my spot. The meritocracy is real. Nah, bitch. If you are here illegally, if you are a what do you call it, anchor baby, and neither one of your parents, like Kenny Zoo, are not legal, you got to get your ass up And that includes Jamaicans, that includes Haitians, that includes every motherfucker. Get your ass in line, like the law says, because ain't nothing applies to you except for foundational Black America. That's what the 1865 bill is all about. They ain't got shit to do with no watered down version of that after EO, 1965. And the transgender faggot community, y'all need to get y'all ass back in that fucking closet where the fuck you belong and stop reading sex books to minors, fucking crazy bitches and bastards. And all these motherfuckers talking about a white woman. Hell, the white woman getting all the DI and from the vaccine shit, and the white man who thinks he's an Indian, 1/185th of an Indian. I rest my case.
All right, thank you, Brother Isaiah. And I want to thank our audience, our chat, our family members for coming out and joining us this evening.
Excuse me, brother. I apologize. I forgot one thing. Fuck all white folks.
Well, Brother Isaiah wouldn't be Brother Isaiah if he didn't say that. Well, we want to thank everybody that came out to the program with us tonight. We definitely enjoyed your participation, your communication, because you all matter 1,000%. This channel is our channel. This channel is your channel. And we must always protect and defend this house. So we ask everybody to like, share, subscribe, and pass the message on. So come on, Sister Cassie. You got to say something. Give us some kind of closing remarks.
Oh, man. Are you serious? I mean, I just, you know what? I always just, I think about, you know, even when the young man came on here, and it's very sad and it hurts because Black folks still think like that. Our brother, what was his name? I forgot. Hold on. You know,
Rigo or something?
Yeah, Rigo. It's so sad because we still have Black folk that think like that. That's the saddest thing ever. We just won't wake up. You know, we want to, instead of us hearing a new conversation or hearing a conversation and just sit back and listen to understand why we say what we say, he jumped in there and stuck to his guns about what he has been brainwashed to believe, that these white folk got his back, that MLK did. You know, he wasn't, you know, who he was. You know, even if it's right, I told you about seeing something right in front of your face, but you turn this head because you don't want truth. And a lot of Black folk, they're not ready for this truth. No matter how we sit up here every Sunday and we talk and we go deep, and they still come out of what we've talked about with that same old belief. If you're coming over, be ready to hear something new. And you may not even believe it today, but at least dissect it to see, why did they say what they said? Why? Let me see. Maybe I'm missing something, because I'm willing to learn. I'm always willing to learn. And if I'm hearing something, I need to dissect it, because for me, sometimes the way the universe reveals stuff is for me to hear something new. Then I have to take it, step back, and and kind of investigate and do some research to see why was that exposed. Let me go and dig a little deeper, because you have to stay open. You cannot die the same way you were born. You can't just, continuously believe in what you believed continuously, knowing that it's wrong information. Yes, I was a Christian for years, but I woke up. Even when I was a Christian, I knew something was wrong with it, and then, even when you were growing up and you seen, you heard Black folks sitting at the white folk restaurant begging and fighting for them to feed them. Are you kidding? I'm not going to I don't want anything you have, especially if you cooked it and I didn't see it, because I know what type of people I'm dealing with. But for us to sit there and get spat on, slapped, drink some of this, whatever, body fluids, whatever, came out of there, whatever, and we drank it and we ate their food that they dropped on the floor, stomped on it, spit on it, dug in their butts with it or whatever, and we saw nothing wrong with that. Something's wrong with that for me. I didn't want to, I don't see why I need to be nonviolent. Why, if you hit me, I'm going to slap you back. That's why I wouldn't have been sitting up there in those restaurants, because one of them crackers would have spit on me. We fighting. So I couldn't have been sitting there. I went to jail, okay, or dead, because we'd have fought to the death. I'm serious. So we have to get to the place where we're learning new information, that we welcome new information, that we go and research that new information, understand why somebody said what they said, because sometimes the universe is trying to take you to another level, but you're stuck here. You'll never get there, staying stuck here and just keeping your eyes blinded. Oh, nothing. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. No, we don't walk like that. We don't live like that. We have to come intentionally to learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Definitely. And I want to go, because I had a conversation with a real good sister of ours, and we were talking. She had presented me some information on how Blacks were being treated versus the Latinos from Africa, the Blacks from Africa and Latinos from wherever. But she says, she sent me the video, and I watched the whole video, and my comments was, immigrants didn't build America. Black slaves built America. I hate when they say that damnable lie and no one corrects them. And she says to me, well, the point is they treat Black immigrants fleeing genuine trauma different than the Latino ones. They give the Latino ones phones. They give the Black ones an ankle monitor. And I said, yes, I understood that, but they should have never came to America. They volunteered to be mistreated. They chose to be disrespected. America is not the home of Black people. So she says, so women should have stayed to be mutilated. That whole genital mutilation is rife in Africa. And I said, all I'm saying is we can't keep running from pillar to post expecting to find heaven. We have to establish it, and if the women have to kill people trying to hurt them, then kill them all. We have to stop being victims and being conquerors. We have to, there has to be a mental turn in our minds. Because you're running from Africa, you're running from there, and then you come here expecting to find heaven on earth when you found hell. This ain't gonna be your heaven here. It's just not. And what you gotta understand, if they're over there cutting off women private parts, then women, it's time for you to find some fucking guns, find some damn knives, and start killing people. Because it's always a little group doing evil to a bigger group. And then they shut you down with fear. But what you got to do is make some self-reflection and say enough is enough and start killing every goddamn body who want to do you wrong. Because that's how it starts. You run from one murderer, from one evildoer to a next. And it don't work that way. At some point, you got to stand up and say enough. Even if it means you're going to slaughter 1,000 men that look to do you wrong. Kill them, goddammit. Think about your children. You got to stop being afraid of every damn thing. It is the fear that you keep submitting to that allows you to be abused, to be misused, to be mistreated. You submit yourself to stuff that you're unworthy to submit to. And you got to make a change. Because running from pillar to post ain't going to change a damn thing. Why do you think the Chinese in Africa? Why do you think that in Africa, in South Africa, blacks can't even go into a goddamn Chinese restaurant? Why? Because you allow that shit. And they see it and they love it. Because now they saying, I'm going to control that nigga. That nigga did that for white folks, or you going to do that for me? You got to stop it. Or you will earn the death that you got coming because you chose to be a coward. You chose to be a coward. And you got to stop it. Don't be like that sister we watched. She had a gun, but she didn't pull it out. He walked up to her window and pulled her out the damn car. And she had her weapon and didn't do a damn thing with it. She should have blew his ass away. You better wake up. You better wake up and realize when you play, you embolden them. You make them stronger to go out and do it again. The Klan said when they started and they put on their hoods and black people start running, it emboldened them to say, let me do that shit again. Did you see how them niggas was running? Let's do that shit again. So let's keep doing it. Let's burn their fucking house down. Burn their church down. Hang the nigga up from the tree. And let's see what they do. You mean tell me all they gonna do is cry? Let's hang some more niggas. Let's hang their children. Let's kill their children. And what the niggas gonna do? Cry? You better wake up and understand that they don't respect that punking out shit. But when you kill them, when you start to beat them the motherfuckers say, hey, let's talk about this. Let's come to a table and talk, and let's figure out how I'm not gonna fuck with you and you not gonna fuck with me. Because now you done produce detente because they know, oh, there's gonna be a response. They're gonna do something that I ain't gonna like. Because truth be told, they not that bold. They not that strong. They just talk that bullshit. Because if they were that, they wouldn't have needed us to get them their freedom. If they were all that they say that they are. But they're not that. You are. But you're letting that within sleep. You letting that within you just rest. Because you don't want to, I don't want to seem as if I'm this bad thing. Fuck it. You think we give a damn how they see us? Whatever they call me, it don't make me, fuck them. Shit don't bother me. Because they didn't make me. So their words do nothing for me, to me. Because I have been properly educated. I have the knowledge of self and the knowledge of who they are. So that little bullshit that they say, the fuck them, don't bother me. I'm tired of black people telling, how you gonna do this? White folk ain't gonna let you do. Shut the fuck up with that shit. Shut it up. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm not asking no fucking permission. I don't ask permission. This white boy did a video And he talking about, yeah, I back Maurice Muhammad. I give him my permission. Da, 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 da. I said, crack, I ain't never asked you for your permission. How the hell you gonna give me what I've never asked for? See, he wasn't expecting that, but you don't control me. You do not give me no goddamn freedom. You don't give me permission. And we got to be able to stand up like that and show these motherfuckers we ain't nothing to play with. So trust and believe when white folks see me out there, they're very respectful. How you doing, Mr. Muhammad? You all right, Mr. Muhammad? Yeah, I'm fine. They'll tell me, yeah, I saw your video. You know, you be telling the truth. You be telling the truth. You're a little raw, but you'll be telling the truth. I don't need your validation. I know it's the truth. I know it's the truth. That's why I teach it. Period, point blank. We ain't getting paid for this. You don't see us out there asking for no money. Hit the cash app, do this. We don't do that. This is free for you so you can accept it and live your life according to it. So they don't have no noose around your neck stringing you from pillar to post. Hell no. See, we're going to show you what real power looks like. We're going to show you exactly what we say. You can trust and believe that it is what it is. All right. Anybody else got anything else to say before we close this bad boy down?
Yeah, I do. Hold on. What the? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
What
can
the
hear
hell?
you in the background noise.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Can
can
you
hear
hear me?
you.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. I don't know why it got that crossed out red line through the mic, but okay. Look, we've been doing this for 4 years. I'm not gonna be long, but there's just no amount of people that we can save. We're not here to save anybody. The only person that you can save is yourself. What we do on this show is put all the information on the table and allow people to listen, allow people to grow, and allow people to use the light of their own knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on their path, along what we give them to make a better way for them. That's it. Political freedom, economic freedom, spiritual freedom, and mental or physical freedom. Those are the 4 keys to your liberation. We're not here to convince nobody or anything. We cannot do that. That'll be wrong, because I'm not in the convincing business. Brother Maurice not in the convincing business. Sister Cassie is not in the convincing business. And as a group, we're not in the convincing business. All we do and all we care about is facts. Adding or taking away what you think is right and adding what you know is true is monumental. It is a gigantic shift, a seismic shift of your being from where it was, like Regal, to where it needs to be. In line, perpendicular, perfect, and match with our ancestors. And when we come together and we can see this, that's all it is. That's all it unity, political, economic, spiritual, and physical. We see this happening in on the continent, and here now we're being forced to use the 1865 one. And once we do that, the gig is up. White folk will sit their motherfucking funky asses down because they know the gig is up. If you see any racial animus or racial dissatisfaction amongst our people in regard to police harassment or what, that's against your civil rights. Black man, black woman. The Department of Justice was formed for you, not for everybody else. Because everybody else didn't go through what we went through. Now, I sent you a list of names, Brother Muhammad. I don't know if you've seen it, of all of the surnames that are applicable to black folk who are foundational freemen or black American. And that's due to the fact, not white last name, you know what I mean? But the black Europeans and how they came in and do what they did and whatever else may have happened after that. So, Aaron, calla la boca. That's good. So, with all of that being said, you what was given to us that was denied by the bourgeois niggas like Jesse Jackson and Reverend what's his name, Al Sharpton. I sent that little bit of thing to you too, Brother Muhammad, on your WhatsApp as to what people are talking about Al Sharpton, what his bony ass and selling us out when trying to walk up into Costco and do the We Shall Overcome. Man, fuck all that shit. We talked about this on your show. Ain't no motherfucking way I am going to wear a sign around my neck that says I'm a man. Nigga, I look at my dick and balls every time I take off my clothes, take a shower, and all that. I'm a fucking man, a real man. No pun intended, but you know what I'm talking about. But look, forget all that bullshit. Fuck all white folks. And I'm going to read to you Joel 3. And that's going to be my last thing. Blessing for God's people. Then you will know that I, the Lord your God, dwell in Zion, my holy hill. Jerusalem will be holy. And this is the key point. Never again will foreigners invade her, control her, sell her, and do anything else to our people. In that day, the mountains will drip new wine, and the hills will flow with milk. All the ravines of Judah will run with water. A fountain will flow out of the Lord's house and will water the valleys of Acacias. I guess I'm pronouncing that correct, or Acacias. But Egypt will be desolate. Edom, a desert waste, because of violence done to the people of Judah, in whose land they shed innocent blood. Judah will be inhabited forever, and Jerusalem through all generations. Shall I leave their innocent blood unavenged? No, I will not. God's words has never left his house unfulfilled. His mouth, unfulfilled. Never coming back void. And we talk about this on your show all the time, Sister Cassie and Brother Muhammad. Evil will always destroy itself in the end, and those who partake in it. Always, ALWAYS, and in always, ALLWAYS. And the funny thing about it, and the sad thing about it, these motherfuckers don't even see the handwriting on the wall. They don't see it. Their pride comes before the fall. They think they're going to be in control all the time for all of eternity. But I can guarantee you, the universe is sick and tired of these motherfuckers. They're here by mistake, not by God's divine movement. They're here by mistake. And my last comment is, you know what it is, brother. Fuck all white folks. Fuck them. Fuck them goddamn white Latinos and everybody else. I rest my mind.
All right. Thank you, Brother Isaiah. Sister Cassie, you got anything you want to say before we hit this button?
Nope. Done.
All right. Perfect. All right, family. So we thank everybody for coming. We thank everybody for staying with us. We are 34 minutes overtime, but we about to end this bad boy. But as we always say, you kill the nigga.
You kill a nigga and you, and I'll kill a nigga and you. And our God shall reign supreme. We are Black first. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Love your family. See you next Sunday. And always remember, for the next 24/7, 365, stay Black.
Family.
Love y'all.
Love y'all too.
Peace.
So you better get the message and get it straight.
You're gonna need some bridge work. It's simple as that.
Because we're living in judgment. We're living in implementation.